Shalom, this is Rabbi Mark Kunis and my Taste of Torah for Parshat Noach 5781. This Shabbos we'll read the story of Noah. Everyone loves this story. As children, we were fascinated about Noah building the ark on dry land, nowhere near a body of water. And then 2 by 2, representatives of all the animal species of the world peacefully entered the ark. Finally, God created this amazing rainbow to symbolize that he'll never again destroy the world. And who doesn't love a rainbow? What do you think of this story today, during the pandemic we're living in? Noah was in that ark for a whole year. So far, we've been in our own arks of sorts, largely confined to our homes, for more than half a year. Now, after more than 6 months, we can begin to appreciate what Noah went through in this story. It's reflected to a great extent in what happens after the flood. Noah opens the window of the ark and eventually determines that the flood waters are gone. But he just doesn't leave the ark so fast. In fact, God has to command him to leave. Maybe it's because he felt safe in this ark that had saved him and his family. And maybe he's terrified to face what he may find outside. Do you think we might feel somewhat like this when our pandemic ends, staying home because we feel safe there? When Noah finally leaves the ark, what does he do? He plants a vineyard and gets drunk. He rolls about in his tent in a drunken stupor. Why? Why should Noah have become the world's first alcoholic? Our sages offer several explanations. The most obvious is that he was the first person to ever plant a vineyard or to ever taste an alcoholic beverage, and so he simply didn't realize how powerful it could be. Perhaps. Let me offer you a deeper insight. If you think about it, Noah was a survivor, not unlike the Holocaust survivors of our time. He saw his entire world literally go down the drain. Every friend he had, every woman, every child he knew died in the flood, except his own family that was with him in the ark. Every bird, every beast, except the ones that were in the ark, every house, every street, his whole world was swallowed up by the flood. And when he left the ark, it must have been a horrific sight. What did Noah see? Dead bodies, animal carcasses lying around everywhere. All the trees, all the vegetation destroyed. He must have been filled with horror, grief, shock, even guilt. Yes, guilt for not doing a better job of warning the people during the 120 years it took him to build this ark, and telling them when they questioned him what would happen if they did not change. My friends, how do you live after a Holocaust? How do you face a reality so horrible? My guess is that perhaps Noah wasn't sure if he wanted to live. He certainly didn't want to face reality, and so he tried to drown his sorrows by getting drunk, and as a result lost control over himself in an embarrassing, immoral incident with his children and grandchild. From that incident, further tragedies, curses, and disasters arose until it seemed like mankind had learned nothing from the flood. When I grew up, the scourge of alcohol-related tragedies was almost unknown in the Jewish world. We used to say, Shikr is the goy. The drunk is a non-Jew, not a Jew. But not today. Substance abuse is a dirty little secret in the Jewish world, even among religious Jews. And in its wake, automobile fatalities, broken families, broken homes, broken marriages, even violent behavior, all products of the vineyard of Noah. My friends, the story of Noah is most relevant. During our most severe lockdowns, our shuls and churches were closed, but the liquor stores were open. And by all accounts, they've done a robust business. As we continue to live in our own little arks in our homes, and as the virus wanes and we emerge or begin to emerge from them, let's keep this lesson to heart, that drowning ourselves in a bottle or a pill will only hurt you and everyone you love. Have a great Shabbos.